What up, YouTube? William King here with Best Scythe Engineering, and today we got ourselves another super video. Today I am going to be installing some of the cheapest mods I've ever bought for the car, and basically reviewing them and just going over those mods. The majority of these mods are not functional items; they are just beauty. Some of you might even say they're very rice. So, whether that's true or not, I mean, that's a matter of opinion. As we all know, I really only do this for the Instagram clout anyways, so putting rice mods on my car, might as well do it, right? So but yeah, so we'll get into the video, show you guys these mods. You can figure out what you can form your own opinions. Please comment down below what you think about the mods, if you like them or not, and go from there. So as always, remember to like, subscribe, and let's check it out. Alright, so for the first mod, we have carbon fiber mirror caps for the Supra. This is another Rexpeed product. This particular product was $200, and honestly, it's probably the best carbon weave I've seen Rexpeed produce. It is very nice. It's very light, it's very thin. Now this is a cap, not a replacement, so it does actually just sticker on to the mirror cap here. Goes like so, just covers it. So it is just a sticker, right? So it's not an actual full replacement piece. You're not making the car lighter, you are adding weight technically, but it does look really good. And since it's kind of just a beauty product anyways, it doesn't matter that it's not a full replacement. It doesn't need to be. So as long as it's not obtrusive, which it doesn't look like it's gonna be, it should be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and get the 3M tape on this, clean this all up, and we're gonna install it and try it out and see how it works. Alright, so the first thing I have to do is I have to prep the surface. So I got a lot of bug guts on my current mirror cap, and I gotta clean those off because despite popular belief, bug guts are not a good surface for sticking adhesive onto. So I have just generic spray bottle filled with isopropyl alcohol, so that way I'm not leaving any residue. And I'm just going to go ahead and clean this real fast, get the bug guts off, and then I'll stick the 3M tape on the product. Just give it a little spritz here and start wiping it down, clean it off. Ooh, that alcohol smell. Yeah. No, officer, I swear I wasn't drinking. It's the car. The car's alcohol is running on alcohol, not me. Man, it's amazing how many chips and shit, and oh man, look, my nail is scratching. It's my nail scratching that through the cloth. It's crazy. Very soft material. Well, I guess it's glad I'm putting caps on here. Just make sure that all of the gunks are off the cap. We'll do the same on the other side. Yeah, the whole car is very dirty right now, by the way. It's been sitting outside. Doing a little bit of remodeling in the house, so there's furniture in the way. So, and the poor Supra had to give up its spot. All right, so the first thing I need to do, so the next thing I need to do is prep the pieces. I have to take this 3M tape here, stick it to these so I can stick them to the car. You'll notice the 3M tape is a bit longer than the actual part, so I'm going to trim the 3M tape down a little bit, and I'm just going to lay the 3M tape around the edge. So I'm just going to try to follow along the top right here, along the bottom, right up to there, do a strip along the edge, and I'll try and see if I can do a piece here. Now the problem is you got these little fins right here, and there's corresponding fins on the car too, so we'll see if I can get it to mold in there and then go from there. So let me get the tape on the pieces. Alright, so I got the pieces all prepped. I just laid out the 3M tape along the edges here. I put some in the center just so that way there's some contact there, so that way it doesn't pucker up or anything like that. Just lay it out however you see fit. This is more art than science, so you don't have to follow the pattern that I did. Follow whatever pattern you think works best for you. One of the pro tips that I got for you, though, is when you got long pieces of 3M tape, peel the edges over and then tape them to the outside with some masking tape, so that way you can get to them. This allows you to position the piece on the vehicle and maneuver it a little bit without fully sticking it there right away. And then once you got everything laid out, you can then peel the edge pieces out and pull the remainder off and then stick it on. So just a little pro tip for you when 3M taping bits onto your vehicle. All right, so I got the edges all nice and lined up. It's still kind of puckering up a little bit because it's not fully adhered down, but I just wanted to make sure that I had all of the lines correct on the piece before I fully stick it on. And now I'm going to peel the rest of the backing off. All right, and the piece is stuck on there. So that is it. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I mean, carbon fiber mirror cap looks pretty good. Like I said, the carbon weave is much better on this product than on other Rexpeed products, but the perfectionist in me is still not quite 100% happy. So you can notice, like right here, the little corner there is kind of poking up a little bit. Now I did notice that on the stock cap, it kind of the plastic pokes up a little bit there too. So even Toyota isn't exactly perfect. Another thing is, you know, they hailed this product as super thin, and it is, but there is still a noticeable lip from the product. So you can still see that there is a lip here, and you can feel it, and it catches. Now, I mean, there's a whole groove going along here anyways, but it's still taller than the stock one. So you can still see that. And down here on the bottom, you can kind of sort of see the stock one sticking through there. But it's not too bad. For $200, I mean, you kind of expect it to be this sort of level. I mean, I am curious. I don't know if the TRD ones are a full replacement or if they are a sticker too. I'm assuming that they're a full replacement. The TRD ones are like $800. So, again, it's your decision on whether or not you want to spend the extra $600 to go with the TRD ones, or if you want to go with the Rexpeed ones for $200. It's all up to you. The weave is good. I think honestly the product is good enough. Again, it's just a beauty piece. I'm just trying to add more carbon fiber. In the photos, no one's going to notice. At car meets, no one's going to notice. The only person that's going to notice is me, really. So now, hey, you know, you could always, you ever see one of these Supras with these carbon fiber mirror caps at a car meet, you can always go up to the car meet and be all like, oh, looks like somebody got the Rexpeed. I mean, you can do that if you want. It's up to you. But yeah, so there you go. And remember, like, when I buy these products, I'm not sponsored by these manufacturers. I buy these products with my own money. So me saving money, I'm on a budget. I got a Lamborghini to pay for, so you know, I buy the cheap shit. I'm sorry, I do, but I don't mind. It looks good, and hey, I'm sure most of you are wondering, like, you know, is the cheap stuff good enough? Well, here you go. You get the answer, and you get to form your own opinion based off of my videos. They're unbiased. They're completely, you know, just transparent. This is what the product is. This is what it works. This is how it works. Form your own decision. So there you go. All right. So the next beauty mod that I have goes underneath the hood. It is the Varis aluminum fill cap covers. So this is a cover. It uses the stock fill caps. They come in 3 colors. They have blue, red, and black. Although I don't know why you would get the black aluminum cap covers, because the stock cover caps are black, so you're just spending extra money to put an aluminum cap on it that's the same color. So I don't know why you would do that, but the blue and the red ones are pretty popular. I'm obviously going for a blue theme on my car, so I got the blue caps for the engine bay. Now, again, these are not replacement parts. They're caps that go on top of the stock part, so you are adding weight needlessly to the car. You're not adding a lot of weight. They are pretty, in my opinion. I do like the way they look, so there is that. They're about $30 to $40 each, and the nice thing is you can buy them separately, which is how I bought them. So you can do them one at a time. If you're like, oh, I earned some extra money today, and you buy one of the caps and put it on, and I earned some more, buy another. So you'll actually notice I have 2 of the caps are already on the car, and I just bought 2 more for it. So, you know, I sort of did that. And it was mostly because the 2 caps that I put on were in stock and the other ones were not. So, you know, I bought the ones that they had and waited for the other ones to arrive. So I'm putting those on now. These are Varis parts, and Varis actually makes some really high quality shit for the car. It's some really nice stuff, and these are probably the cheapest Varis part you will ever see. The Varis carbon fiber hood is $5,000. So these were, like I said, $30 or $40 depending on which cap you got. So very cheap. I do have one piece of Varis carbon fiber, and I will be showing that later on in the video. It is already installed in the car, but I'm gonna go over and redo that particular piece. So we'll go get to that. But first, let's get underneath the hood. So, on the car, double pump the hood release. Let's get to installing these caps. They are very hard to install. Lots of work. You're gonna need a team. All right, so as you can see, I already have 2 of the caps installed, right, and say Varis Engineering on them. They look very nice. The one cap I was missing is here, and they actually just released AC line cap, so I got those 2 to put on there. There's an aluminum cap that goes on here, but I don't like the way it looks because it doesn't quite fit over the whole piece of plastic, so you still see the plastic underneath it. So, and that's all the way over there, and it's already blue, so I'm not gonna get it. Maybe if I was going for a red theme, I'd want to put the red cap on there, but you know, it already is good enough. Now, one of the things I want to point out, it's kind of hard to see, but I noticed when I was doing my turbo mod, is that this cap does rub against the carbon fiber, so something to be aware of. Can't really see it in the video here, but it does make marks. So also, if you have to take this cap off, you actually have to take this off in order to take the engine cover off, because it is sort of like hold it in place. Now, that could just be this particular brand engine cover, which I actually don't know what the brand is. I know it's an OEM replacement, and it didn't actually come with the emblem. We pulled the emblem off the stock one and put it on here, so I don't know who made it. This was off of my buddy's car. He parted his car out, and I got the bits when he parted his car out. So I don't actually know who made it. I just know it was around $700 for that engine cover. I know there's the Eventuri makes one, same as my intake. Cybon makes one. A couple other people make one, but I don't know who made that one. So let's get these caps on. So in the bag, and they all come individually wrapped too. Kind of do this one-handed. Okay. So you have a little placard that talks about Varis Engineering. Thank you for buying our product, even though you cheap bastard for buying the cheap one. They do have Varis stickers. You know, I mean, seeing as how this is kind of a sticker, like, does this add the 10 horsepower or does this add the 10 horsepower? I don't know, but I got to stick it on the car and find out. So, yeah. All right, open this thing up. All right, okay. Use my teeth. All right, so this is what the cap looks like. That's what the inside looks like. It's just hollow. It's got a little clippy bit right there. Nails clutching on that. That's what it clips onto, and it's also got the symbols built into it. So it actually is a high quality product, but it's got the symbols embossed, the warning symbols, and so you can see, you can just sort of match it up, put the symbols on the same direction, and then just clip it on just like that. Same thing I did with this one. So pretty simple, pretty easy. Let me go get the AC line caps. All right, so I got the AC line caps installed, and they look super pretty. Now, I will say this, the AC line caps did require the use of the persuader, so I had to take the plastic cap off the line, which you can do. It's sealed. You can take it off. So I had to take it off, stick it on the bench, and I actually had to hit it with a hammer to get it inside the aluminum, because it's the only way that it actually like seals on there. So I had to do the same thing with the top cap, and yeah, you really do not want to hit on the AC line. You might damage the line. These aren't very, they're under pressure, and they're not really thin, and they move, and you don't want to hurt them. Or they're thin and they move, you don't want to hurt them. So yeah, so I took that over to the bench, hit it with a hammer. I put a cloth over it and hit it on rubber, so that way I didn't actually damage anything. So looks good. But there you go, got some blue bits, some blue accents for the engine compartment. Looking good. I don't know what other beauty pieces I'm actually going to get for the engine compartment. I do know there's a carbon fiber bit for right here. I might get that because I do kind of like the way that looks. I know they have a carbon fiber ECU cover, but it's not wet carbon, it's dry carbon. I could spray paint it with clear coat to make it look like wet carbon, but I don't know. I don't know if it's actually needed. We'll see. I mean, yeah, I should probably do it for the Instagram clout, right? Everybody needs the Instagram clout. So yeah, those are those bits. All right, guys. So the last mod that I have for today is the most important mod. It's the only one that's actually functional and, adds a little bit of beauty to the car too. It's another stick-on mod, but it actually has a real purpose, and that's this guy right here. This little piece of carbon fiber that I stuck on right here is the Varis wind deflector. So what this solves is when you roll the windows down on the Supra, the buffeting when you're moving at speed is so bad that it's deafening, and it really, really hurts. So it is very bad on these cars. So you literally, you can't go more than like 20 miles per hour with the windows down without it hurting really bad. So this solves that, and it does. It 100% solves it. You can drive at highway speeds with the windows down, and this little deflector, this little tiny bit right here, is enough to stop that from happening. Just a little bit of wind goes off, reduces the pressure inside the cab, and you can drive with the windows down. Honestly, that issue with the wind buffeting is so bad. I'm really surprised that Toyota hasn't issued a recall to replace this bit and put something here to stop it, because of how bad it is. Like, you can't, like, literally, like 40 miles per hour, you can't hear anything. At like 50, your ears start to bleed. It is awful. You cannot drive with the windows down at highway speeds, and or even just around town speeds. 40 miles per hour is a standard around town speed, and you can't drive at that speed with those windows down. The Bugatti Veyron allows you to drive with the windows down until 100 miles per hour, and then it rolls the windows up. So, the fact that you can't drive at normal speeds with the windows down is a pretty big deal, and I'm honestly surprised that they haven't fixed it yet. Now, this particular little part, it's another Varis part. There's other companies that make it, so any of them work. The most important bit is this bit right here. You don't need these little louvers. Those are just to add a little bit of flair to it. I do like the louvers, and I like that Varis added them, which is why I went with the Varis piece instead of the other ones. But any of the parts will work. Now, I do want to remount it, because I mounted it down, and you notice that the tip is up there. So I've seen other people have mounted it up where the tip is up here, and it looks much better. It fits the lines a lot better of the piece when it's all the way up. So so I am probably going to remove it and put it back up instead of having it all the way down. But really, the position that you mount it in is up to you. You can put it anywhere you want. The carbon fiber on it is truly fantastic, and I think it was, I want to say it was like $200 for this. So really not that bad of investment to stop the wind buffeting. I know there are cheaper ones out there than this one, but I did like the way this one looked. So that's why I went with this one instead. But there are ones that are just like smooth carbon with the lip right here. Some are just black FRP with the lip. That anything that has this lip fixes the issue. And that's why I'm surprised that Toyota hasn't, you know, like changed out this piece right here to have that lip. Probably be too expensive for them to do it, but that's what they really need to do. But either way, I mean, if Toyota just gives the Supra owners, you know, a little lip like this and glues it on, like that's enough to solve the problem too. And you know, what's funny is my Tundra actually has these little ridges on it to sort of act as wind deflectors. They don't have this big of a ridge, but it does have this. But the nice thing on the Tundra is you can roll down the rear windows. So if the wind buffeting does start, you just roll down a rear window and then it goes away. It only happens if you have one window rolled down. So yeah, if you go over here, see, it's got the ridge right here, sort of deflect. So I don't know why they didn't do that on the Supra. And with only 2 windows, you can't solve the issue. So all the wind goes into the cab and builds up pressure until it starts making your ears bleed. So yeah, so that's the last mod that I got going on. It's again 3M tape. It's the same as the caps here. It comes with the 3M tape that you need to stick it on. Nothing too special. I would show you, if you're interested in seeing me remove and remount it, please comment below, like the video, you know, and say, hey, I want to see you remount it, and then I'll remount it. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it the way it is for right now and end the video here. So yeah, all in all, I mean, this maybe took me 30 minutes to complete all these mods, and most of it was most of that time was spent talking to you people. So yeah, not too bad. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like and subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on the parts. Let me know if what I showed you helped you make a decision. I really like hearing that. I like that feedback. I do keep, like I said, I do buy all of these things with my own money. I'm not currently sponsored by any of these manufacturers on any of the parts that I buy for the car. And I do actually have performance parts on the vehicle. I have installed the Pure 800 Turbo on it, and I will do a video on that, so keep an eye out for the Pure 800 Turbo. But as always, I hope you have an awesome day, and thank you. And on the point of Instagram clout, I do want to point out that my shirt does say my car is an Instagram model, so yes, I do only do this for the Instagram clout.